I call this meeting of the North Adams City Council to order for August 12th, 2025. And just to let everybody know, this meeting can be viewed live on the Northern Berkshire Community Television Station, Channel 1303, and will be posted to the website as soon as possible. We will also be live streaming on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@NorthAdams. Just click on the live, then on the 2025.08.12 City Council meeting. And as always, this meeting is being recorded. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Blackmer,
Here.
Bona,
Here.
Green,
Here.
Fitch,
Here.
Morrow, absent, Alaskowitz.
Here.
Shade,
Present.
Wilkinson,
Here.
Sapienza,
Here.
8 present.
8 present. We have a quorum. I will ask everybody to stand for a moment of silent remembrance. Tonight we'll remember Patricia Flaherty. She was employed by the city of North Adams, and if I remember correctly, she worked in the treasurer's office. She did. And the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the budget hearing of the city council meeting for June 10th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention. Councilor Wilkinson. Motion to approve the city council meetings for the June 10th, 2025 meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention. Councilor Wilkinson. Okay. Motion to postpone the minutes from the June 24th city council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay. Hearing of visitors on the agenda. This is an opportunity for the public to speak to the council for 2 minutes regarding items listed on the agenda. As a reminder, I will tap the gavel when you have reached your 2-minute limit to signal that your time is ended. And as a courtesy, I also ask that all parties please refrain from any personal attacks. And I'm going to ask you to raise your hand if you wish to speak, and then when I recognize you, I'll call you to the mic. Anybody wish to speak on hearing of visitors tonight? Okay. Moving on. Council paper number 12,393-2, an ordinance to amend the revised ordinances of the city of North Adams under Chapter 13, Sections 26, 49, and 50, referred to the Public Safety Committee, passed to a second reading and published as required by law on July 22nd, 2025. Do we have a motion?
Move to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? This will be a roll call vote.
Blackmer,
Yes.
Bona,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Fitch,
Yes.
Alaskowitz.
Yes.
Shade,
Yes.
Wilkinson,
Yes.
Sapienza,
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas. Motion passes. Council paper number 12,481, an ordinance to amend the revised ordinances of the city of North Adams, creating a new affordable housing trust under Chapter 2, Article 37, postponed from the meeting of July 8th, 2025. Do we have a motion?
I will move to postpone to the first meeting of September, which is September 9th, hopefully for the last time.
Postponed to the first meeting in September, okay?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Counselor Fitch?
Yes, we received answers to questions that we had asked of Attorney Bard, our city solicitor, on Monday, which did not leave enough time for the General Government Committee to have a meeting and to debate those and then bring something back to council. So we wanted to allow enough time for that. And 1 month does the trick.
Okay, thank you. Any further? Okay, so we have a motion to postpone to the second meeting or the first meeting in September. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Council paper number 12,509, a petition from National Grid, project number 311-55114, requesting a public hearing for a new solely owned pole location on Bon Air Avenue and to lay and maintain underground laterals in or at intersecting public ways as required to make connections with poles and buildings. I am going to set a public hearing for August 26, 2025 at 7 p.m. Do we have, I guess we need a motion to approve.
So move.
And a second?
Second?
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor? Oh, I'm
Aye.
sorry, Counselor Shade?
Do we need a motion for you to set a public hearing? I don't think we need one.
No, we
You
don't.
just-
No, no,
No, we don't.
no. Okay. So anyway, okay, so there would be a public hearing at the next council meeting. Okay. Any further discussion? Any? Oh. Council paper number 12,510, communication number 120 from Mayor Maxey, presenting a proclamation in support of the 50th anniversary of the Friends of the Library. And I'm going to turn it over to the mayor to read it into the record without objection.
Thank you, President Sapienza. I'm so happy to see all of our friends from the library. You do great work for us. So I'm honored to declare August 2025 as Friends of the North Adams Public Library Month, honoring their 50th anniversary. Whereas the Friends of the North Adams Public Library was founded in 1975 with the mission to support, enhance, and promote the services, programs, and resources of the North Adams Public Library. And whereas for 5 decades, the Friends have generously devoted their time, talents, and resources to enrich our community, fostering a love for reading, lifelong learning, and access to knowledge for residents of all ages. Whereas the Friends have organized countless book sales, community events, author talks, fundraising initiatives, ensuring that the library continues to thrive as a welcoming hub of literacy, culture, and connection. And whereas their volunteer spirit and steadfast dedication have not only strengthened the library's programs and collections, but also have built bonds of friendship and service that have enriched many generations in the city of North Adams. And whereas the City of North Adams recognizes the Friends of the Library as an invaluable asset and partner in preserving and advancing the mission of our library and our wonderful city, they are a shining example of civic pride, community engagement, and cultural stewardship. I now, therefore, Jennifer A. Maxey, Mayor of the City of North Adams, on behalf of the residents of North Adams, do proclaim this month Friends of the Library, their 50th anniversary, and thank them for their extraordinary service and commitment. Mrs. Rennell? Mrs. Rennell was my history teacher.
And I've been trying for 20 years to get her caught by.
50 years ago.
Congratulations. Thank you so much, everyone.
My kids.
Thank you, President.
Thank you. And I just want to add, I want to thank thank the Friends of the Library for making that a great institution.
May I say something?
Oh, sure, come up to the microphone. I think you also taught me about public speaking.
I just wanted to say that we're having Joyce Maynard here on
Friday is like the culminating event of our celebration. And she is a well-known best-selling author, 2 movies made from her books. And she praised North Adams so much on her post on Facebook, saying what a lovely city we were. So if you have a minute, look her up and see what she had to say. It was lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on. Council paper number 12,511, communication number 121 for Mayor Maxey, announcing the appointment of Andrew Fitch, Councilor Fitch, to the Airport Commission, filling an unexpired term of Bill Diamond for a term to expire February 1st, 2028. And without objection, I'm going to call on the mayor.
My communication basically speaks to itself, but Councilor Fitch, as we know, not only is our current city councilor, but a business owner, and has been very passionate about our airport. He wishes to help the administration and reestablish a quorum for the Airport Commission and set the airport on a path for success. I know usually I don't pick counselors to serve on committees, but Andrew has a unique background as he's worked at the Marshfield Municipal Airport when he was in high school and college. And he's done everything from mowing lawns to tying down aircraft to communicating to pilots on radios, and has a good overview of what it takes to run an airport. Andrew is committed to inject positivity and forward movement in the airport. And we talked about Andrew's commitments and time span, and we're hoping this is a short, temporary appointment, but one that is very positive and helps us. So his biggest charge is going to be to join the other commissioners in helping us hire an airport commissioner, airport manager. So with that, I hope that you support this, and that's my plan, and I thank you, Andrew, for stepping forward.
So because it's just a communication on that.
Can file my communication.
We're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay. Oh, Councilor Fitch?
I could just elaborate a little bit more if I may. Yeah, Mayor Maxey, thank you. That was a perfect coverage of what I intend to do with this time. I heard loud and clear, I think it was about a month ago, maybe even a little bit more, the mayor saying that the Airport Commission cannot meet because they don't have a quorum. We cannot, hire a new airport manager because the Airport Commission does not have a quorum. So I reached out to her and said, I worked at my hometown airport. I'm very curious and passionate about airports in general and ours. And since have done some digging, and so there's been a lot of struggle over at the airport. The airport is worth focusing on and worth setting up for success for the future. Some economic output data that Mass DOT published. The total economic output from our airport was a staggering number to me, $11,259,000. Total salaries from the airport, $3,557,000. And sales and income tax from the airport, $467,000. This is a real driver for our economy and providing some great jobs for people around here. So that's why I'm so excited about this and passionate about this. And like the mayor said, my goals are to step in on an interim basis to get an airport manager appointed, hired, and to help us move forward a little bit and hopefully inject some positivity. So several people have reached out and said, you're crazy, or asked me if I'm crazy. I prefer the term eccentric. And I think this is, it's a hard challenge, but I think it's worth it, one that's worth fighting for. So
Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor Maxey. I'm excited to get started.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay. Council paper number 12,512, a communication from Councilor Fitch requesting an update from the administration on the timeline of the Route 2 overpass studies and paths available to the community. And without objection, Mayor Maxey, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, happy to.
Thank you.
So with what we call the Reconnecting Communities grant, which its focus is basically a study of the overpass, but its secondary focus is a study of our transportation systems to and through and from North Adams. So not only is it studying the bridge and what could or couldn't be, it is also studying our traffic patterns at, I call them our 6 touch points of intersections throughout the downtown. So everyone from Main Street to the library to the Dunkin' Donuts intersection to River Street to Marshall Street, Mass MoCA, and to the other end of River Street. So I consider those our main arteries, and I forgot Public, the area of Public. So as far as the actual Reconnecting Communities process, we have a deadline of August 20th for content plan. And what that is basically summarizing what their findings are. And what direction they're going, and to basically summarize where they have been, the data that they've received through all these community sessions, which many of you have joined us for. Then they're going to get some input from the advisory committee that's assigned to this grant. And then on September 10th, we're going to get a draft report of what Stoss thinks what Scott Stoss thinks where we're at and what we should do. We're going to share comments, which are from the administration back to Stoss on September 19th. And with that, we're going to have hopefully a final report in hand by September 30th, give or take. Now, at the same time, which is confusing to some people, we have the MassDOT reconstruction bridge public hearing that happened on July 25th. And I looked it up, and believe it or not, I added that to the tip when I first worked for the city, so that's how long ago that we've been waiting for this. So the problem, that's not a problem, we have two projects going kind of at the same time. And people need to remember that Reconnecting Communities is a feasibility study, whereas the MassDOT project is an actual physical construction project. So the dilemma that I'm faced with is, do I kick the can down the road and tell MassDOT to, I don't want this project done, I want to wait for Reconnecting Communities, or do we let the repair happen and then focus on Reconnecting Communities and funding? So it's twofold. What I'm faced with is, as you know, we did a temporary repair on the Mass MoCA side of the saddles, those 2 saddles, which the state paid for graciously. That bought us time on that side of the building, or that side of the bridge, for about maybe 12 to 18 months. The problem that we have is we have the saddles on the other side of the building and at the ends of the bridge. Why do I keep saying building? I've got building on my mind. Bridge, that are in disrepair. So at any time when we have an inspection, MassDOT could say, now you have a problem on the other side. Or they could come in and say, the load is shifting too much, you have to close the bridge. So I want you to just think about it that we can probably fix the bridge, but then also push forward on the feasibility and the results of the feasibility. But I have a big decision to make of whether I kiss the $20 million goodbye or not, but I'm more concerned about the immediate. With Reconnecting Communities, this is a feasibility study. We don't have any money earmarked. We don't have any money in the pipeline. And it's not just about the bridge. It's about transportation and connecting all those touch points. So for me and for the administration and the team that I work with, we need to finish the feasibility study. And at the same time, I couldn't hold MassDOT back and say, oh no, you gotta wait. They need to continue with their timeline. So it's gonna be interesting come October 1st. It's going to be interesting. But MassDOT has the ability to put that out to bid during the winter and start construction in March of 2025. And I am told that it will be a quicker repair than what we experienced during the Hadley overpass, I'm told.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I am told that it will continue to be, traffic will continue to be able to go back and forth. What I'm faced against is an aging bridge, and I don't have money to fix it myself. So that's what we're hedging. Reconnecting Communities was a big grab for us, and we were very successful because we proved a need. And the assessment that's taking place can transform North Adams. So this is a vision. We're building a vision. And from that vision, then we get the funding to execute and have outcomes. but just the permitting piece for taking down the bridge could take a whole other year. That's a year I don't have for the bridge repair. So I'm working, as I've said publicly before, both pipelines at the same time. But just because we do one doesn't mean we're killing the project for reconnecting communities. It's really a timing thing. So we're very fortunate to be in this position. We have options, we have opportunity. But reconnecting community is a visionary project. It's a project that's going to take longer than probably the lifespan of the bridge as it sits today. So that's my update. I don't have a concrete decision for you, Councilor Fitch. I don't have a solid direction other than I think we need to preserve what we have right now. That doesn't mean we're going to yield it all for reconnecting communities. We're already talking about if we get to the end of the road with reconnecting communities and the feasibility study, what does funding look like when we ask the federal government loosely in October when we put our congressional spending in? What does that look like? So we're already working that pipeline, but my concern is, will the bridge survive until we get funded for reconnecting communities? And I equate reconnecting communities to HRR, and look at how long it's taken us to get to the point we are with HRR, but it's been a good journey. And I really don't think that bridge is going to sustain us until we have to get through reconnecting communities. So with that, there's a lot of uncertainty, but what we do know is that we have options, we have opportunity. We have a very good vision and options under reconnecting community to remove, repair, restitch. But again, it's not all about the bridge. It's about transportation within the whole city and those 6 touch points. So that's my 5-minute report.
Thank you. Council Blackmer?
I just want to clarify, March 2026, not 2025.
I know, I'm going back in time.
Going way back.
25 was a good year.
That was my only,
Thank you, Lisa.
so it's been on the tip for a while.
Yeah. I think, I've got to dig in. I think it was either before I became treasurer or right after. So that was like 99, 2000. So it's
And
been.
we don't have 10 years to build a bridge.
We do not. And we also don't have $20 million in the bank.
No, I'm just saying that, I mean, having overpass took 10 years. That's just ridiculous.
Councilor Shade?
Yes, thank you. Through the chair to the mayor, I just want to thank you for moving forward with this. I think the one thing for the community to look at with this project, a word I didn't hear you use, but my understanding of this is about safety. As long as we have a bridge, we need it to be safe for people to use until the bridge comes down, if we decide that we don't want it anymore, rather than letting it crumble and fall apart and causing safety and hazards and things of that nature. So it's not exactly shutting down the redevelopment, but it gives us, like you said, the option to make sure that the bridge is safe while we're figuring out what to do.
Exactly.
Councilor Bona?
Through the chair to the mayor. DOT has the authority, too, to close down the bridge, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
I've
it
been
puts us in
there.
a position where you're saying, no, thank you, we don't want your plan, we don't want to do what you're doing. Obviously, that doesn't probably put us in the best of light when it comes to DOT, because then they could be looking at the bridge closer and saying, guess what, we're closing it down now. Not saying they would, but I'm sure it wouldn't help us. Personally, I mean, that bridge should belong to the state anyway. It's on a state route. We know the reason, I guess, because the train in the water doesn't go underneath it. The train misses it by 50 feet. But, it should be a state bridge. We know we will never have money to pay for bridges like that. So we're always going to have to rely on the state or some very hefty funding, from somewhere else. But we're talking, I imagine if we had to rebuild that bridge, like, Hadley, I think, was, $50 million by the time it was done?
I wasn't here.
Yeah,
so-
but we're probably looking at 80 to 100 million if you had to redo that bridge. So, so really, to me, even though it's under our ownership, it still sort of is a state bridge because they're the ones that we need the funding for,
Correct.
so.
And I will say, MassDOT is cookie cutter as they are, they've been very good partners. Unfortunately, though, I inherited 3 bad bridges. So I've been mayor 3.5 years, and they've threatened to shut down 3 of my bridges, and 1 they were successful, which I have a report on that after. So the infrastructure issue always remains. But with that, I just want to be very clear that this doesn't mean, and I know it's confusing to some of the community members that bop in and out of meetings, that doesn't mean we're abandoning reconnecting communities at all. It doesn't mean we're throwing all of that community work. That was what we've gotten in the interaction that we've had with the community through this grant has been wonderful. It has, and I can't say enough about all the people who have come out and given their input. So it's a process. It's staged, it's phased, it's everything. But it's about us taking opportunities to build visions and strategies. And right now, we're just kind of out of time on the bridge.
I have a couple of things I'd like to share. If there were a catastrophic issue with the bridge, or the state decided to come in, the DOT decided to come in and shut down the bridge tomorrow, they find something, oh, we didn't see this and we have to shut down the bridge, that would have a higher community impact than the actual construction, from what I understand. And I did attend the July 25th hearing, and during the construction of the bridge, they are planning to have at least either eastbound or westbound traffic move through the construction area. So there will always be access to the bridge unless something unexpected happens. They are planning, and I think that would have a less of a community impact right now than if the bridge were to be just completely closed. So, anybody else for discussion? Councilor Fitch.
I just want to thank the mayor for taking the time to communicate this tonight. You know, a lot of folks had reached out to me with concerns and confusion over what they had heard in different meetings, so thanks for this, very,
Thank you.
very much. And I love the way that the mayor is thinking about this, the administration's thinking about this, all of us are talking about this. I do want to just state one more time, I really hope that we seriously consider, the other path, if we can. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing the final results of the study in September.
And along those lines, when we get closer to that, I will invite Stas to come to a city council meeting and share where their findings and that, because not all of you have attended meetings, but I think it's important for everybody to hear.
Yep.
Thanks.
Be glad to have them. Any further discussion? Okay. Moving on to committee reports and minutes. Hearing none, we have no licenses. Now I'm going to move into open forum. This is an opportunity for the public to speak to the council for 2 minutes on issues of municipal significance. As a reminder, I will tap the gavel when you have reached your 2-minute limit to signal that your time has ended. And as a courtesy, I also ask that all parties please refrain from any personal attacks. If you'd like to speak, please raise your hand and I will acknowledge you. And seeing no hands, I'm going to turn it back over to the mayor for mayor's updates.
Great, thank you, President Sapienza. Just a reminder, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, is our downtown celebration from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Roads will start being closed around 3 o'clock. There will be no concert at Windsor Lake tomorrow night, but we will resume on the 20th with the Hale Mountain Band. And our last concert at Windsor Lake will be August 27th with the Blues Day Nights. Also on Sunday, August 24th, we will have Motorama from 9 to 3 in our downtown. And as always, don't forget Thursday nights, Party in the Park at Joe Will Field Complex. And the most exciting news that I have, I'm specializing in bridges today. We have a contract underway. Our apparent low bidder for the Brown Street Bridge repair is J.H. Maximilian. No one have a heart attack. $349,920. We are putting together contract documents and funding sources as we speak, but we hope to have that started very, very soon and open before snow flies.
Very good.
That's all I have for tonight.
I don't mind.
Councilor Bowman? Yeah.
Through the chair, what does that include? Because personally, I would expect a much higher figure, you know,
It's,
so.
again, it's a temporary repair, so
Yeah.
it's repairing some of the saddles underneath and some of the footings on one side of the bridge.
Yeah.
The problem with that bridge was weight limit. One saddle was holding like three sides, three areas. So we're excited to get that done, especially with EMS. And God forbid we have another flood, we need to be able to access both sides, and it's been very, very difficult for us to navigate. So we're excited, and we've got some money saved and some Chapter 90 money that we'd like to put towards this project. So now that we have a real number, honestly, I was worried it was going to come in at $500,000, but we're at a good point now. And Maxie's hungry for money because the other bridge project's closed, so it works to our benefit.
And temporary is 10, 20, 30 years?
Well, that bridge is also on the tip, so I don't think it'll be 10 years, but at least we can get it open and accessible. I know sometimes I'm in a zone and I turn down Brown Street and forget it's closed because I'm so used to going that way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Liaison updates and counselor updates. Counselor Blackmer.
One, I wanted to add into our remembrances, Jack Downing, the founder of Soldier On, an organization committed to housing veterans. Also, I would like to say that I misspoke. The bridge only took 7 years, not 10. And actually, it reopened 10 years ago tomorrow at a cost of $34.6 million. It was 24% over budget and took 3 years longer than it was supposed to. It felt like 10 years, apparently. But I verified I wouldn't want to misspeak, so I verified. That's what I was looking up on my phone.
Thank you, Counselor. Anybody else for counselor updates? Okay, city clerk updates. I'm going to turn it over to Clerk Leonasio. She has some tidbits of information for us.
We do have a few. I wanted to let people know that tomorrow, August 13th, I will be posting the list of candidates on our board out here. We have an elections board. We will not be obviously having a primary. August 14th, 5 p.m., the city clerk's office will be open until 5. It is the last day for filing withdrawals or objections. October 25th is going to be at 5 p.m. The office will be open until 5 p.m. again. It'll be the last day to register voters for the city election, which will be on November 4th. Just to go over our list of candidates, we have Mayor Maxey and Scott Berglund running for mayor. For council, we have Lisa Blackmere, Keith Bona, Peter Breen, Andrew Fitch, Peter Oleskowitz, Brian Sapienza, Ashley Shade. We have 7 people that are current counselors that are running, and then we have April Lynn Carsno, Carrie Ann Cruz, Alexa McDonald, Marie McCarron, Virginia Reel, and Lillian Shannon Zavatsky. For North Adams School Committee, we have Emily Donis, David Suki, Chelsea Lynn Kolkowski, thank you, and Eric James Wilson. For Northern Berkshire Regional School District, there are 2 openings, and we have 2 incumbents who are running only. Taylor Gibbo, sorry, and Gary Rivers. And that is it.
Councilor Blackmer?
I just want to clarify, it's a preliminary election, not a primary. A primary is party.
Yeah, we don't have a preliminary.
Preliminary, I just
Yeah, I
want to
have
know.
preliminary written down, I said primary, sorry.
That's, I just don't want people to get confused, like,
Yeah,
oh, what
no.
party are they? No, it's nonpartisan, so it's a preliminary.
Okay,
That's
and that's it? Okay. Correspondence, any correspondence to be shared? I do have two letters from the Planning Board on August 11th, the Planning Board's regular meeting. The board voted to recommend the changes suggested in Council Paper Number 12,502, an ordinance to amend the revised ordinances of the City of North Adams, Chapter Z, Appendix B, entitled Dimensional Regulation Schedule. The vote was a 9-0 decision with all members in attendance. And on August 11th, at the Planning Board's regular meeting, the board voted to recommend the changes suggested in Ordinance Paper Number 11,995-1, an ordinance to amend the revised ordinances of the City of North Adams, Chapter Z, Zoning, Section 9.4, Smart Growth Overlay District, Sections 9.4.3.2 through 9.4.5.1. The vote was an 8-1 decision with all members in attendance, and the City Council may continue its process of legislating the change. And that was signed, both letters are signed by the Planning Board Chair, Brian Mixick. And any other correspondence? Lisa, I'm sorry, Councilor Blackmer?
I just want to make sure that those are on the agenda for the next meeting.
Those, yep.
Okay.
Okay, no further correspondence. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting